The rules of life. Be the last to raise your voice. Rule 11. Shout here, argument weak. There are two situations where people lose their temper, justified and manipulative. The first is where you run over their foot with your car and refuse to apologize or acknowledge you have done anything wrong. In this situation, they are allowed to shout. The second situation is where people use anger to get their own way, a sort of emotional blackmail. You are allowed to ignore them or to be assertive to control the situation. You are not allowed to shout back. You get known as someone who is incredibly calm, no matter what is happening. Calm people get trusted. Calm people get relied on. Calm people get looked up to and given responsibility. Calm people last longer. The rules of life. Be your own advisor. Rule 12. You know and I know you know. I know because we all know. Deep down within all of us is a fount of wisdom. This is called intuition. Listening to your intuition is a slow learned process. It starts by recognizing that tiny inner voice or feeling that will tell you when you've done something you shouldn't have. It's an incredibly still, quiet voice and needs silence and concentration to hear it properly to begin with. You might like to call it your conscience if you like, but deep down you know when you've done something bad. You know when you've got to apologize, make amends, put things right. You know, and I know you know. I know because we all know. There is no getting away from it. Once you start listening to that inner voice or feeling, you'll find it can help. It will become more than a mindless parrot perched on your shoulder chanting you messed up again after the event. The key is when you hear your intuition telling you whether something is the right thing to do or not before you do it. Listen, and it's all there. If you are going to trust any advisor, who will it be? It makes sense for it to be you because you have all the facts, all the experience, all the knowledge at your fingertips. No one else has. No one can get inside you and see exactly what's going on. Quick point of clarification here. When I say listen, I don't mean listen to what goes on in your head. Now that really is where madness lies. No, I mean a stiller, quieter voice. For some, it's more a feeling than a voice. What we sometimes call gut instinct. And even if it's a voice, a lot of time it doesn't speak at all. Unlike our mind, which babbles on incessantly. And if it does, you can miss it in the torrent of words that our mind produces. The rules of life. No fear, no surprise, no hesitation, no doubt. Rule number 13. No, again I repeat, no fear, no surprise, no hesitation, no doubt. I start off with no fear. There should be nothing in this life that you are afraid of. If there is, you might need to do some work on overcoming that fear. No surprise. Life seems to be full of them, doesn't it? You are going along swimmingly, and suddenly something huge rears up ahead of you. But if you look carefully, there were clues all along the way that it was going to happen. No surprise there then. Whatever your situation now, it's going to change. No surprises there. So why does life seem to surprise us then? Because we are asleep half the time. Wake up and nothing can sneak up on you. No hesitation. Weigh up the odds and then just get on with it. If you hang back, the opportunity will have passed. If you spend too long thinking, you'll never make a move. Once we have looked at the options, we make a choice, a decision, and then go for it. That's the secret. No hesitation means not waiting around for other people to help out or make up our minds for us. No hesitation means if there is a certain inevitability about a situation, then just throw yourself in head first and enjoy the ride. If there is nothing to be done, when waiting doesn't help. And the last one, no doubt. Once you have made up your mind about something, don't go over it again and again. Stop thinking and enjoy. Relax and let go. Stop worrying. Tomorrow will come along as certainly as it can. There is no doubt about life. It just is. Be confident. Be committed. Be sure of yourself. Once you have committed yourself to a set course, a path, a plan, then follow it through. Have no doubt it was the right thing to do, or no doubt that you will succeed. Get on with it and trust your judgment completely. The rules of life. I wish I'd done that. I will. Rule number 14. The world is divided into those who look at others enviously and those who look at others as a motivational tool. Regrets. I've had a few. You might be expecting me to say there is no room for regrets or if onlys. As it happens, they can be very useful if you choose to use them to make a difference going forward. There are 3 types of I wish I'd done that scenarios. The first is when you genuinely feel you didn't capitalize on an opportunity or that you missed out on something. The second is when you see somebody who's done something great and you wish it had been you. The final type is not you, but the others, the people who hang around with a sort of permanent I could have been a contender mentality. If only I'd had the chances, the lucky breaks, or the opportunities. For this last group, the bad news is that even if Lady Luck had come up and beaten them on the bomb, they'd still have missed it. When it comes to looking at what others have achieved, this world is divided into those who look at others enviously and those who look at others as a motivational tool. If you find yourself saying, I wish I had done that, thought that, been there, seen there, experienced that, met them, understood that, then you need to learn to follow it up with a and now I will. In many cases, the thing you wished you'd done might not be out of the question, even if it's not exactly as you would have done it previously. For example, if you're thinking, I wish I'd taken a year out before university and traveled to China like so and so did. then you're clearly not going to be able to reverse time. But could you get a sabbatical for 6 months and go now? Could you take a longer than usual holiday and go with families if necessary? Or how about making firm plans that when you retire, you'll put this at the top of your to-do list? Obviously, if the regret is that you didn't win an Olympic 400-meter gold medal because you gave up sleeping at 14, it's not going to happen if you're now 34. What you can do is resolve not to let any more opportunity pass you by. So you can choose to book those scuba diving lessons, and in doing so, ensure that you won't be saying, I wish I'd learned to dive in another 20 years' time. The rules of life. It's okay to give up. Rule number 15. A good rules player knows when they're beat. Sometimes we head off down the wrong path in life, often with the best motives. Maybe there is no knowing it's the wrong path until we try it. There is no shame in admitting it once we realize it's not getting us where we want to be. When you realize this college course isn't right for you, or that you don't have what it takes to do this job well, or that your move to the new city isn't working out, or that the hours you put into being on the local council put too much strain on your family, it takes guts to say so. That's not quitting, that's courage. Quitting is when you give up because you don't want to put in the effort. You can't be bothered. You don't like hard work. You are scared of failure. We rules players don't quit. We harden our resolve and we get on with the job without complaint. However, a good rules player knows when they're beat. If the world is telling you that you took a wrong turning, you can admit it honestly and put yourself on a different track. No one can be brilliant at everything, and sometimes you have to try things to find out whether you can do them, and maybe you can't.